Hello, I'm live to you coming from Dunedin, New Zealand to do a nice new moon meditation and ritual, and I hope you all take some time to join me tonight. So, the new moon was actually just before 8 this morning, um, but it's still good to use the energies of the new moon for about a day and a half either side of the actual new moon. Because before that you have all the releasing energies for a good 36 hours, and then another 36 hours afterwards you have all the energies of the new beginning, fresh starts, and bringing in new energy. This new moon was actually a super moon, even though we couldn't see it because it's a new moon. It was at its closest to the earth that it will be in this cycle. And the next full moon is actually going to be a micro moon. So that'll be at its furthest in its orbit around the Earth, which isn't to say that that full moon is going to be any less. It's still really powerful in its own way. It makes it easier to release and let go of the things that we don't need in our life because the pull won't be so strong, that pull of the moon, on our emotions. This new moon is in Gemini, which means that there are two sides of the coin. So we have both the releasing and the bringing in. But we're also seeing this happening in the world and in our own lives in a way that there's a positive and a negative to this. And so lately there's been a lot of fear and a lot of confusion on both a personal level and on a global level, especially for what we've been seeing in Manchester. Because of this energetic stress that's being felt tonight with this meditation and sort of mini ritual, we're going to be focusing on bringing in some peace, some joy, and some comfort. The vibrations lately have been very intense and at times even a little bit scary, and we're all feeling it. No one is alone feeling this way. Everyone is feeling it at the moment. The energy of it all means that things could be happening on the other side of the globe, and it still affects each of us in a very personal way. What happens on a global macrocosmic level filters right down to the microcosm and the individual level as well. So tonight we're going to be making a conscious choice to align with a different vibration, not all this scary stuff and this anxiety, but with joy and peace instead. And just like the macrocosm affects the microcosm, it works the other way as well. And it filters from the individual out into the world, like a pebble dropping it into water. We've all heard the analogy, and it creates ripples outwards. It's the same thing. By bringing in more positivity into our own lives, we're creating a shift that ripples out and affects those around us in wider and wider circles. The new moon energy is all about setting in intentions for the next lunar cycle. It's the beginning of the cycle. What we put in motion now sets us up and creates a flow for the next month until we reach the next new moon again. So it's important that as we go through this, to hold your intentions for the month in your mind, to release the confusion and fear you may have been feeling lately, and just be present in the process. Tonight I'll personally be making the choice to bring peace and joy and comfort and love into my life. But for you it might be something different. So as you're watching, when you get to this point, maybe you'd like to share what you would like to bring into your life by writing it into the comment box. It might be wisdom, it might be love, abundance, health, courage, grounding, or peace like me. You can share it right now. And through this meditation and ritual, what we're going to do is take this intention for ourselves and send it out into the world as well. Not only to our close friends and to our family, but to our local community and global communities and leaders, to the underprivileged and the marginalised, to all the children and the families out there that might be feeling exactly the same as we have been feeling lately too. So I'm going to light a bit of sage. It kind of feels lately that we need to almost clear out the energy 10 times a day, every day, but no one really has time for that. So it is good though to get your sage. I've got my sage here. And to just light it every so often and just give yourself a wee cleanse and give your space a wee clean out. So I'm going to light that up. I've got a wee candle that I've lit previously, and it's got some nice smoke going there. Now, personally, I will never refer to this as smudging, and you've probably noticed that on the Kiwi Witch page. I know it's all the rage at the moment to cry cultural appropriation all the time, but for me this isn't a part of that. Smudging, when used accurately, is a very, very specific ritual that is performed just by certain Native American tribes. And they go about it in a very particular way with particular prayers and pre-ritual rituals. It's not just waving around your sage stick to clear energy, it's much more involved with that. And so it's with the utmost of respect that I will not call what I do smudging. I will always refer to it as smoke clearing or cleansing. So here we go. Just clearing the space around me and also sending it out to you through intention and visualization. Knowing that as my space is cleared around me, so is yours through intent and love. Just releasing and clearing out any low or negative vibrations of energy, transmuting them to peaceful and loving energy both around myself and all of you. Whether you're watching this live or later on, you'll still be able to stream it on the page. So mote it be. I'll just put that out. And make sure you put your sage out properly. No one wants a house fire. I've already cast a circle around myself tonight, but I'll go through it again with you now. I am using my Athame that has been polished from a piece of jet. And if you look at it closely, you can still see the petrified wood in it. It's really cool. And jet is very grounding, and it purifies energy, and it brings protection on all levels, spiritual, physical, emotional. You can also use selenite, quartz, or amethyst wands for doing this, or you can just use your hands for focusing energy. It's fine. So I'm going to go around anti-clockwise because that follows the path of the sun and the moon. So I cast a circle thrice about to bring love in and keep fear out. I cast the circle thrice about to bring love in and keep fear out. I cast the circle thrice about to bring love in and keep fear out. And so now I want you to hold your hands out and imagine a big beam of white light going out through your right hand, in front of you, then into your left hand, and through around the back to the right hand again in a circle. We're going in an anti-clockwise direction again because that's following the path of the moon and the sun, how it rises in the east, it circles back around to the north, because I'm facing south at the moment, circles around to the north, it sets in the west, and then around again to the south and back up to the east. So just hold your hands out and imagine that circle of an energy and white light just continuing around in a big circle, getting faster and faster until you feel it reach a peak velocity. So just imagine that now, just slowly at first and then just getting a bit faster and a bit faster until it speeds up. And when it reaches this peak velocity, where it's going so fast that it doesn't seem to be moving at all, instead it expands around you to create a perfect sphere of loving, living, and breathing white light. If you have one nearby, it might be nice for you to work with a candle like I'm going to be doing. And all I have is just a wee tea light for this. You can see that. You don't need fancy candles. You don't need a big pillar candle that's 12 inches tall. Just a wee tea light is completely fine. And it's also going to be perfectly fine to follow along with me. And as I light mine, know that I'm lighting it for all of you viewing this as well. I'm also working with some crystals tonight. I have some citrine here for abundance. Citrine calls in the things that we desire. So not just abundance of money, but abundance in all areas. Love, health, happiness, and peace. I have some unpolished moonstone for connecting with the cycles of the moon, and because it's such a soothing, peaceful stone. I have some green agate for grounding, centering, and connecting the lunar energies into the physical earthly plane. And I also have a labradorite, which is a stone that resonates very particularly with the new moon. So let's call in some energy from the elements together. Call to the element of air in the east to open communication, to create new beginnings together and bring in new positive change. We are grateful for your presence in this circle. I call to the element of fire in the north for courage in these times when we're feeling the effects of global anxiety. We are grateful for your presence in our circle. I call to the element of water in the west to connect with our own emotions, to connect with each other on an emotional level, and to connect with those around us and around the world for greater understanding and empathy. We are grateful for your presence in our circle. I call to the element of earth in the south to ground us and keep us stable and to connect us with our planet. We thank you, Earth, for your presence in our circle. Actually, if you have some Lemurian quartz, it's really good to work with that as well. Lemurian quartz knows what it's like to live in a planet that is under siege. It knows how to overcome the anxiety and the fear that comes about. So it's a beautiful tool to help align and replace all that with peace and centeredness. So let's light our candle. I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water. My throat's a little bit croaky tonight. Okay. So now we're going to light our candle. I already have a candle lit, and I'm using that one to light this one. I always set aside one candle specifically for lighting other candles with, because once you get into doing your own associations and correspondences, you'll know that gas from a lighter or sulfur on a match have their own properties, and so it just avoids cross-contaminating those properties into what you're trying to work on at the moment. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself in a spacious green field. And just imagine the grass blowing gently in the breeze. Think about whether it's daytime or nighttime. Think about whether it's a field of wheat, grass, wildflowers. And in this field is a large tree, really big. Its branches go high into the sky above you, right up past the clouds and out of sight. You also know that the roots of the tree extend right down into the earth, right to its center. This is Yggdrasil, or the world tree, or the tree of life. It's known by many different names in many different cultures. You can use this tree in journeying to access the underworld and the upperworld. But tonight we'll be staying right here in the center, Approach the tree and walk around it, feeling the texture of the tree, noticing if it has a scent or if it makes any sounds like the creaking of wood. Walk around and find a place at the base of the tree and sit down with your back against it. Imagine looking out from here into the field in front of you and before you, and you see a circle made up of people. In the circle of people, you see anyone who has ever been a parent figure to you, or a teacher, or a mentor, both in this life and in past or future lives. Feel the love they have for you. Know that even if you had negative experiences with them at some stage, that they still loved you and were just doing the best they could with the knowledge that they had. Release any negativity associated with those times and just feel the base, pure love that there is. See also in the field those who have been grandparent figures and leaders in this life and in past lives, all sending love to you and you sending love to them. Imagine all of your ancestors in this circle and all of your spirit guides. They are all here for you, all sending love and learning to you. They are all here to be a source of wisdom and comfort to you. Feel yourself surrounded by the deepest and most profound love you have ever felt. Feel this unconditional love and support coming to you across generations and even across time and space. Waves of love and blessings coming to you from all directions and completely filling your heart center, so the bright white light inside of you swells up and out so that it fills your body and then your whole aura with complete peace and love. Know that as you see these people, they really are there. You have called them in and they're sending you this complete perfect love from their highest selves. Know all of these beings do exist and are surrounding you in an energetic hug, helping you relax and feel at peace. And now we call upon these beings. We call upon your wisdom and discernment. We call upon you to help us access the power of our intuition. We ask you to connect across space and time to both you and to each other here. We ask you to help us and guide us in this time of chaos and confusion. We ask you to make the path clear and to give us insight about how to proceed and how to help and nurture and love each other. And just sit for a moment and feel what it's like to receive all that love, all the acceptance and compassion that your ancestors are sending you. They are proud of you. You have carried their lineage forward in beautiful ways. You are doing powerful work that they never even imagined could be possible. You have their blood and their energy in your veins, and you stand tall today as a result of their love that they have for you. So now we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to take into us all that love and all that comfort and feel it fill us completely. And then we're going to exhale and send that to the ones we love and the people around the world and to the universe. So you ready? Take a big inhale and breathe it all in. And then exhale it out as a gift to all those in your circle and beyond, out to the universe. And again, in and sending it out to the universe. One more time. In, filling up with love, and out to the universe. And now, in your own time, and open your eyes again. How did that energy feel? Are your hands warm? I actually have really warm hands now. It's a cold night here. I've got the heater going, but my hands are really warm. And they're warm from all the energy. So now we're going to take our wee little candle and reflect on our initial intentions that we may or may not have written down. And for me, that was peace, joy, love, and comfort. But also we need to recognize our own accountability for our energy and what we put out into the world. If we're only giving negativity into the world, we can't expect positivity to come back to us. We need to be sending love and peace out to the world. My wish for you is that you will experience peace and love in a profound way this lunar cycle. In all ways, to know and feel, thank you, Michelle, to know and feel love, and that you will feel compelled to offer love into the world in return. And then we're going to blow our candles out together in just a minute. Or imagine blowing your candle out if you don't have one as I blow out mine. Now usually I won't actually blow candles out. I'll usually use a snuffer or pinch them out with my fingers just because of tradition. But for this, because we're sending our intentions right out to the rest of the world, I think it's appropriate to use that loving breath we experienced before to blow our candles and intentions out to the universe. We're sending our wishes and our intentions out with the smoke. Are you ready? When you have your intentions to send out, what you want the planet and you to benefit from over this coming lunar cycle, we will blow our candles out on 3. 1, 2, 3. And I just like to wait and watch that smoke go until it's all gone. And so, I hope that you will experience peace and love in ways that will surprise and delight you this lunar cycle. I would love to know what your intentions were as well. If you've set an intention and sent it out into the world, we will all benefit from it because you're sending it out to everybody. So please share in the comments what you decided to send into the world tonight. Becoming conscious to the energies we are aligning to and making conscious choices to choose peace, to choose love, to choose joy is so, so powerful. And can you imagine if everybody on our planet did this? If everybody became conscious of the energy that they were aligning to and to choose to align to only positive energies, can you imagine how the world might change? As we're surrounded by anxiety and chaos, we need to align ourselves and become containers of peace. By doing so, we can heal both ourselves and those around us. We can create flow and be open to the possibility of new growth. And that's what the new moon is all about. And now I'm going to show you a little trick as well. I have got another crystal here. I have got a nice piece of kyanite stone, which is a very, very powerful stone in creating filters for energy, because all the striations are going one way. It creates a filter, almost like a coffee filter. It even filters energy in water. You can rub it against like a glass of water, holding the intention in your mind that the water will be blessed and transmuted to fill you with pure positive energy. And that's what it'll do. But now we're going to create a filter around us through my one here. So I'm going to call in a filtering system for everyone who is watching. So a little bit less of the agitation around us at the moment reaches you. And because you're filtering out the lower vibrations, that means more of the higher frequency vibrations will be able to find their way to you. So I'm calling upon all of our guides to support us in creating a cosmic filter of energy. Using the power and energy of kyanite, we create a filter so that the larger, more difficult to overwhelming energies that are not in alignment with our health and well-being are filtered out. This opens us to other energy streams of peace, of blessings, of healing, compassion, joy, happiness, security, and love. What are you filtering out right now? You might want to take this time to state in the comments again what you're filtering out and add it to what we're sharing now. Are you filtering out anxiety? Are you filtering confusion out, anger, jealousy? The list can get pretty long. Please, guides, filter out whatever isn't serving us at this time. Choose these things for me and choose them for those that are watching, and help us maintain this filter and keep it intact for this lunar cycle or until we make the choice to remove it. Thank you, guides, for supporting us tonight and helping us with this. So mote it be. So mote it be. So now let's close our little circle down, thanking the elemental guardians of the directions, the south for ancestral wisdom and the love granted to us tonight. Thank you to the west for our connection to our deep emotions, to the north for the courage that it will take to anchor ourselves in this space of peace together. And thank you to the east for this network we're creating together at this time, and this new beginning in which we've been able to claim peace together. And now we release our circle and ground the energies that we've raised back into earth. And you might want to rub your hands together and maybe place them on the ground to ground the energies. Or just say, the circle is open but unbroken, power down to the ground. The circle is open but unbroken, power down to the ground. The circle is open but unbroken, power down to the ground. So mote it be. Thank you for watching tonight for my first ever live stream, and I hope you have a peaceful and joyful and loving end to your evening this new moon. Thank you.